All right, I think. Let me sneak over and look at my microphone. Looks like everything is set up correctly. Excellent. Hey, everybody. How are ya? I took a moment to get myself a cup of tea. Hopefully, you don't mind. Hopefully, you already have your tea or coffee or other comfortable beverage of choice because we're going to work on some Delver. Hey, everybody. Today is what? November 8th, 2017 or so. And this is the Delver bonus week daily stream, whatever you want to call it. I'm streaming Delver over as many lunches as I can on the road to getting this thing done. I am Joshua. I am one half of the Delver team. I do the 2D, 3D art, level design, little programming here and there. Like the reality is we are a small team with no time and no budget. So we wear a lot of hats and there's like a lot of the roles overlap, which is cool. So yeah, so let me flip over here. Ooh. Behind my head here is the website, delvergame.com. You can find out more about it. If you don't know, it's a procedural dungeon crawler with fantasy first person and roguelike elements. You can find us on Steam in early access form for $7.99. We will be raising the price. Because for months now, I told you we are raising it to $9.99 for a limited time window. At release, we will have it marked down to $9.99, and what the final price will be is still undetermined. We probably ought to figure that out at some point. But yeah, the other person working on Delver is there in chat, Cuttigan. He is the original creator, designer, programmer, business person, level designer. Again, we wear lots of hats, do lots of roles. So what I don't do, Chad does. Hey chat, thank you all for showing up and piping in and getting ready for some Steam, or for some development. Oh my goodness. I'm off a little bit today. Like today, I just been having a hard time getting into my groove. We also have a Humble widget. Humble is a jam. We got a widget for it. The Steam, you get a Steam key when you buy it through Humble. The Steam build is the most up-to-date build. When we release the final update on Steam, we will turn our attention towards the other platforms, namely Humble and Android. We'd love to have an iOS version out there eventually, but again, that's a future Chad and Joshua problem. All right, I guess let's just get to work, right? Let's play a little bit of Delver, talk about it if you've never seen it before, and get this thing going. Cool. I'll just look at looks like Chad's been doing some work, which is pretty cool. And let me just clear that, and let's actually fire up Delver and play for a little bit. Hey, Guy and Neil and Dakota and Schwender and Geometric Jellyfish and Tengu and Chad and Biznix. Thank you all for popping by. Hopefully you are having a good Wednesday or Thursday if you are on the opposite side of the globe from me. Let me see. Yeah, let's just play a little bit of Delver, right? It's always nice to play and talk about it. All right, cool. Let's go here and start a fresh run. So I'm just going to kill myself, and then we can start a fresh run. Well, I think Chad, his Git commits were saying that he'd tweak the start area a little bit, so let's take a peek. And again, it might just be polished stuff. Yeah. Here is the start area. So at the start of every run, this is where you come to. You can buy stuff from them. You can talk to them. There is a doggy here you can pet, and then you run into the dungeon. So let's, without further ado, let's go down to this to the dungeon and play a little Delver. Thank you. Yeah, no, this is so this update is basically like a lot of bug fixes, stability stuff, and also we've taken like we made great efforts to bring this area of the dungeon up to the same quality bar as the rest of the dungeon. Like it's one of those things where you like we built this part of the game first, right? About 4 or 5 years ago. So naturally, it is the oldest, and it looks the worst, I suppose. You know, in the time that, so we've been working on this project 4 or 5 years, and in that time, like, I have become better at art, and we both have become better at making levels and rooms for Delver, and the technology of Delver has improved. So these rooms needed some love, so we went back through and they got a fresh coat of paint, some new models. We tweaked the room layouts so they could, you know, they flow a little bit better. We added some of the procedural decoration systems in here to give it more variety. All that good stuff. Just making sure that this first bit of Delver is really strong, and then, you know, people's, like, the first 15 minutes of the gameplay is really strong, and people understand what it's about. Nice. I will take it. Let's. I think there's somebody sneaking up on me here, so I'll just chuck my. Oh, or I chuck the dagger and hit myself. There we go. Nice. Hey, Shambler Knot. Hey, Gee. Yeah, it's a mix of proc-gen and hand-built stuff, which I think is a good way to do it. That way, we still have some, like, authorial control without it being procedural soup. But then again, like, sometimes it is nice to have these wacky areas that the computer generates that are just like, they're a little crazy and they catch you off guard, which is nice to have. And we could actually balance that too. Like, there's a setting. Ooh, fire? Do I want fire damage? 8 to 10, and ooh, yes, I'll take it. And then we'll just set this sucker on fire. Maybe. You want to be on fire, right? Yes. Just do a little bit of damage so I can set you on fire and run away. Oh, it must do too much damage. Yeah, you can set enemies on fire, and if it's not lethal damage, they will walk around on fire and set other things on fire, which is fun. It's nice to watch it propagate. See if I can, dang it. Let's see, maybe I can get this guy to set this whole room on fire, but that is just not the case. Yeah. Cool. When is it likely to be released? Soon, I hope. Again, if it's not before the end of the year, my wife is going to kill me. Yeah, like, there's just a little bit. Yeah, just some art bits to do. I think it's in good state. Like, even in early access, it is still a very, very playable game. Cool. I think Shambler, now I think you're one of the Quake community folks, so thanks for popping in my stream. It's always nice to see fresh faces. Yeah. Oof. Oh, this trap room. Oh, this trap room. So at the when I demoed this at the G2 conference, this room killed almost everybody that experienced it. So there, you just have to be patient and just follow the pattern, and you can navigate it pretty easily. But I guess I've done it like dozens of times, so I think it's pretty easy for me to say. Could you add a small delay right after the moment you get enough XP to level up? Certainly the cards are in your face before you realize you killed something. Like, sometimes it will happen even when, like, something else, like, whenever something dies in the dungeon, you get credit for it. So it very well might happen, and there's nothing in front of you. I don't know how we can communicate that better. Shambler, we should have a Linux build. We've had a Linux build in the past. I'm not sure what happened to it. Hopefully, dang it, Cuttigan can answer that. But yeah, no, PC, Mac, Linux, Android, and potentially iOS. Like, all that's, I mean, so Chad and I develop on both Windows and Mac. I'm just not sure what happened to our native Linux builds. But we used to have them at one point in time. Cool. So that is the loop, right? So you run in the dungeon, you learn some stuff, you die, and then you repeat, and then your gold carries over. So I have 87 gold. So if I want, I should be able to buy maybe some stuff from Joff here to maybe get myself a little bit of a head start. Yeah, I could buy a bad hunter's bow or a steel helmet. Yeah, let's buy a steel helmet, right? Yeah, beautiful. So now I'm a little bit slower, but I have a lot more armor and all that good stuff. Yeah, thank you, Shambonat. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're $7.99 right now, and we will be raising the price. So let's let's do something like work. Yeah, let's still got these uniques to do, and let's just keep plugging away at them. My goodness, my goodness, my goodness. Yeah, I have been stall. I guess not really stalling, but like maybe I have been stalling on these. Let me just finish this stuff up. Let me just stop the goofing and just get it done. Yay, work. Yeah, that's what this stream is about, is just me doing programming and art and talking about it. And feel free to ask questions, uh, that are, game dev or related. Cool. Yeah. Yep. I think that is. Yeah, I think Guy is right. The whole point of the stream is to watch me work and chat. Um, yeah, I think maybe I'm gonna have just kind of make these plates a little bit bigger, a little bit more um, intentional. I don't know if that's the right word for it. Um, um, yeah, so I primarily use Photoshop for a lot of the pixel work, and then I will flip over to Pixel Edit if I need to do animations, or if since we use like indices from the sprite sheet, it's a nice. It has a basically I can hit tab and Pixel Edit will tell me the indices of the sprite I'm looking at. And again, Tengu, I have no control over that, so apologies. You can write Twitch, but I don't think they will. I mean, they probably have bigger things to worry about. Blah 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 blah. I'm trying to make this armor not like the. I'm trying to make it like one of the better armors, in the fact that it's a good ratio of protection versus mobility. Not necessarily the most mobile, or not necessarily the most protecting. Okay. Maybe if I add a little bit more of a shadow here, it'll read more like this is actually supposed to be like a separate, like an overlapping piece and not like a joined piece. Not sure. I'm not sure about the banding. Let's not do that. Cool. I'm starting to feel it, I suppose. Thank you. Yeah. I'm starting to like feel them as well. As in not absolutely hate them. um, imagine the little plates on the bottom chest piece and the cloth feather-like things. Um, they could be leather, right? Yep. That certainly could be. Again, this is not historically accurate. It is just I'm more worried about it being cool than historically accurate. I mean, as long as as long as it's plausibly functional, that's all the more I care about. There we go. Just trying to add a little bit of detail there. Um, there we go. Yeah, and actually I got that relatively symmetric, which is nice. And then something like this, and like that. Um, so I'm looking for a pixel art program that allows me to paint with opacity and index mode. The only one I know for certain is Promotion. Yeah. Yeah, so if you're looking for something that is like the deluxe paint or like allowing you to like have an indexed image and still paint in it, like there are a couple of resources. Something you might want to read. So there is a well-regarded pixel artist, Dan Fessler. He's a really an awesome guy. He's posted an article on his website about HD index painting in Photoshop, and it yields some pretty cool results. It allows you to pick and sample, and you get to paint and dither, and you get to use all the range of Photoshop tools, but still maintain a nice controllable palette, which is pretty cool. And is that you can find it at danfessler.com/blog/hd-index-painting-in-photoshop. I can drop the link here. So that's using Photoshop to do it. There's also a program called GraphX2, which allows you to do something similar. With GraphX2, you can define color ramps, and you can paint in those color ramps. GRAFX2. I think I have it installed somewhere. Yeah. And it's not as easy to use, or at least my brain hasn't figured it out. Somewhere under effects, I think shade, maybe? Pose. Turn off effects, turn off shade. I think I need to do something like do a big thing here. And then I think if I choose from this ramp and then go to effects and shade, maybe it'll work. Or quick shade. I forget which one it is. It takes a bit of fiddling to get it right. So yeah, you can see I get some like there's a little bit of so like you have to be careful with the mouse, but you can kind of get that that indexy stuff going on. I think there's even a dither or a sieve, I think they call it. There's ways to try to get indexy-ish pixel art. I'm not sure how to do it in Aseprite. I know they have a shade option, discard, but I've not played around with it. It's something I might be, pulling around with, and I've tried my hand at it too. I have an approach to do in Photoshop as well. Yeah, no, GraphX2 is definitely like calling back to Deluxe Paint era. Yep. I think Chamblanat is correct. Cool. Yeah, I'm wondering also if it would help if I put a slight highlight maybe on this. Might have to introduce another something like this. Pick something in between this, I think. Like that. It may work. I don't know. Thank you. It just lots of practice, and then just like being aware of like the bad habits to get into, and just trying to avoid them. Um, that's kind of you to say. Oh, yeah, I think that worked out okay for the helmet. I don't absolutely hate it, so that's a good sign, I suppose. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that really adds a lot. Yeah, this is mostly just there's no colors here. It's just all value. I'm trying to make sure like my values read well, and then I'll add some color to it, um, which I think is an okay way to go about it, I suppose. It's what I'm doing, so I must be okay with it. Um, Yeah, I guess it's okay if I imply those are really squared off, because I guess it implies both these edges are exposed to light, where this one is maybe more implying that it's overlapping, so you don't catch the top edge because it's going underneath those abs or something. I don't know. Um, it might be bad. And the shield is the thing I'm feeling uh, the least stoked about. Um, maybe I'll work on it a little bit. Try to find a design that I just don't absolutely hate. Um, the helmet's eye holes look too high up on the helmet. I could try sliding them down. Let me merge my layers. Let's real quickly make a selection here, and we could hit Control J, and then we can nudge it. I don't know. I'm also wondering if they were just bigger. Would that look? I don't know. It's hard to say. That's what we have there. If we look at the existing helms, armor. This is kind of what I have already, and there's only really a couple with eyepieces. They roughly kind of fall in the middle of the helm. So let me just kind of see. This is 19, so it should be roughly 10 or so. Yeah, that's roughly correct. Whoa, what? Um, uh, thank you. Wow. So, um, I had somebody donate. Is that, or is that just, let me see what just happened here. Yeah, I think that's the slash me, right? That's the, um, yeah. As it slash me is dubious. Or something like that. Yep. Interesting. Yep. Moving on. Yeah, I need to fix this shield. I not again. Let me just with this layer, let me just black out the shield, and then try to figure out what the form should look like. Hey, Slayer Darth. Oh, you made something cool. Last I knew, you were working on some PHP project, which seemed to be consuming your life. Hopefully you've sorted that out. I think I can ban that. Let me look at my tool. Uh, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Drop shape. I think I like the maybe keeping it like this kind of oval shape is kind of cool. Maybe I just gotta try to think about the form here and how it's gonna read. Like it could be mostly still circular, I suppose. Like that. And um, so Shambhala says, did you guys make a style guide document for the game? Or was it what worked at the time and what felt right? Sort of more the latter. So the game started off looking way different. We used, I think Chad derived the original art from the orc sprites. I could probably still find some old screenshots floating around somewhere. Yeah, so Delver originally looked like this, where we had everything was 16 by 16 sprites, and it was really pretty low resolution. And you know, there was no meshes and very few billboards. And then so I did a lot of taking Chad's original work and kind of up-resing it and trying to maintain the spirit of the things while like adding just a little bit more polish on top of it. A style guide would have been interesting, but yeah, we again, like, this never started off as a commercial product. It was just something we worked on for fun in our free time, and somehow we got greenlit on Steam. So now we are committed to finishing it and making it as good as we can with the resources that we have. So that implies that shape. There's also on the Steam Workshop, there is somebody who has made a mod that adds back all the old graphics. If folks are nostalgic for the old look and feel, they can certainly get that. Yeah, no, the author has done a lot of work on the classic pack to uh, make it feel like Delver used to, which is cool. Hey, Mind Constructor. Yeah, this is just so darn flat. Blah, blah, blah. If I had this dark value here. Um, yeah. Yeah, the old exploding monsters. I think, yeah, I think they just disappeared in a shower of gibs, which is it is a way to do it, right? Like let's take a look. Okay, so shield, shield, shield. So we have a bunch of circular shields. We have some kite-shaped shields and tower shields. That's why I was trying to go with the other direction, just to have it be a little bit more different. Um, I think somebody made a Solaire mod as well. That I'm sure there's a Solaire mod on our workshop. Um, um, the- Hey Felix, how are you? Something like a tower shield, but maybe so it's narrower in the middle. Thank you, Tijani. That's kind of you to say. Um, doing good, Felix. Just trying to get some work done on Delver, doing contract work, all that good stuff. Staying busy, staying out of trouble. Yeah, maybe just that strong highlights what I'm not feeling. What kind of contract I do? Programming or art related? Lately, I've been doing art contracting. So I earlier this year I did some work for the kind folks over at Pixel Titans on Strafe. I helped work on some secret content for them, which was a fun time. And now I am working with the, the amazing folks over at Against Gravity, and I'm doing some avatar props for the VR game Rec Room. Um, so I'm really fortunate to be working with some really like kind and talented people. I would not be adverse to doing either sorts of contract work. Right now, just those are the opportunities that I have pursued. Um, yeah, Strafe was cool. Um, yeah, I keep just like rendering out this little bit, and it just keeps eluding me, and I'm not feeling it. Maybe I'm pursuing just kind of going down the wrong um, maybe I'm going down the wrong route. Maybe if this whole value was lower. Having more value separation may work. Then just a tiny little bit of highlight here. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder. If I try to 3D model it, will that help my brain understand it any better? Sometimes I just have a like uh, let's see. Let's just see if that helps my understanding at all. Because maybe I'm going about this the wrong way, you know? Mirror. Yeah, let's do that. Maybe it's easier just not to mirror it, just do is it overlapping? So I'm imagining that's how that works. I'm not sure if this is actually helping or not. That's the other thing. Yeah. Too much black on the right hand side. Yeah. No, I'm typically I try to get one like in sprites that are typically symmetric. I'll just work on one side and then I'll flip it. We would love to have Delver on consoles, but that process is not cheap, and in fact is rather expensive and painful. So it depends on how well Delver sells if we can afford to do that. We'd love to, but again, the price might be out of our hands. Hey, Javier. Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. Yep. Um. Yep. Um. I think the NVIDIA Shield is an Android device. Um. So if you count that as a console, then sure, Dakota. I was referring to the traditionally the like the big consoles, like the ones you think of like PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo, and they have way more. Um, there's way more things we'd have to consider, like trying to port. Uh, Yeah, now I'm just again I'm going back to kind of square one where I'm just going to play with some shapes and try to find something that I think is interesting. Um, um, we already have a vertical tall shield. Having a horizontal shield, yeah, yeah. So you see, yeah. Chad gets me. What I'm trying to do is, like if I were to do this, let's say, and then we zoom all the way out, right? Like, can you tell the shields apart from each other now? That's the trick, right? We want to have good silhouettes so that if you just barely see something at a distance, you can tell what it is. Like the pants fail at that hardcore. The shields the shields kind of fail at that. Actually, these shields are all the same. These shields are all the same. These are the same. So they do a little bit better. The helms do a little bit better. These do a little bit better. But again, it's just trying to have a different silhouette shape is what I'm trying to do there. And this horizontal one is the one we don't really have. So Delver does have 3D models. I do have uh, open. Let's do. Why don't I have my repositories? Users, Joshua. Nope, nope. Oh man, where do they live? Dropbox. Documents, 3D models, Delver. Delver. There we go. Yeah, so I do have 3D models for Delver. All the different areas have their own scene, so I've tried to organize it that way. So sewer props, temple, all that good jazz. Like it depends on the scale of the thing. If it's a 3D prop or a sprite prop. Um, and of course, you can see stuff that just didn't make the cut. I mean, it's just too bad, but whatevs. And for those of you who like hanging chains, we have all sorts of varieties of hanging chains. Yeah, this is just a mass of things, unfortunately. Yep. Cool. Um, gives it armor a stat bonus when worn if you find every piece. No, nothing like that. And we've tweaked the drop rates of unique stuff, so it would probably be highly unlikely if you were um, like finding all of them is very unlikely. Um, I wonder, did I inadvertently redraw the leather armor without even thinking about it? No, I didn't. They're different enough. Okay, that was my concern. Do uniques have a higher endurance? So uniques have typically better stats in general, and uniques also have the interesting, I guess, behavior that they scale based upon the character's level. So if you find a sword at first level, we scale it by like a factor of 1. But if you find it when you're third level, we scale the stats by a factor of 3, or something along those lines. I don't think it's literally multiplying it by 3, but we have some sort of scaling factor that takes into account like how far along you found the unique item, and that's kind of like an effort by us to try to make sure that it's always relevant to you when you find it, if that makes sense. So hopefully it's not super overpowered, and it's worth your time to pick it up, you know. Um, I'm not sure what that is, Guy. Other than I think it's some sort of like a Cyrillic symbol. I think that's about all I know about that. Um, yeah, this shield is just not. For some odd reason, it's just not coming together. Let me look at images. Wide shields, is that a thing? Yeah. Yeah, typically I think shields are mostly oriented vertically to cover the body as much as possible. Um, yep. So maybe it's okay. Maybe it's permissible if I just do a derivative of an existing shield. Hey, new house. How are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. Hopefully all is well. I believe Finland, right? I think I have a few Finnish viewers, which is cool. Maybe it's a variant of the tower shield. Full screen mode, no thank you. Kind of position it there. And clean that up. That up. What is this? Okay. I know you are Tengu, but I think Newhouse is also Finnish, or he speaks it at least. Boom. Nope. There we go. Da, 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 da. Mm-hmm. Maybe I could just change the general shape of it, and that would be enough difference, maybe. Yeah, I could add just more of a point to the bottom. I think that would be a thing that is okay to do. So let me try just maybe changing the shape a bit. Kind of something like this. That might be permissible. As long as it's still... As long as it still feels all right. So let me try flipping that and see what that feels like. There we go. Did I guess I did not grab everything. That's okay. I can get that up real fast. It feels like it needs just a touch more curvature here. Maybe. Trying to get a nice shape, which that seems okay. Do the shield carving thing that I tried to do with the round shield. I mean, I don't know what you mean shield carving thing. I think. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about making it too. It could just be a wooden shield like this would be fine, I suppose. So let's do something like. Already know the colors and all that good jazz. Let's just try to block it out real fast. Selection there, hide that, make it a layer. Then let's do something like this. I'm gonna go around the edges, just a couple pixels. That maybe. Fix some of the banding issues there. Yeah, clean up this banding. No banding. There we go. Is the shape on that okay? Maybe. Okay. Maybe that'll work. No, I again, I'm switching. I'm pivoting. I'm changing my plan. If anything, it's going to be Hoplite inspired, but I'm deviating from that design. Then it has some planks. I think they're what, just a few wide? Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. I think that makes it symmetric, beautiful, and then that's. I think that might be all right. Oh. And then looking at like the shield of the shape, they typically just have kind of a to control H layer, and then just maybe something like this. Just kind of paint in A little bit of value change there. I think, yeah, the metal part kind of follows suit, maybe? I don't know. That may work. That may work. I almost feel like it should be thinner towards the bottom, like maybe the bottom slopes away from the viewer, so maybe pull this down just a little bit. See how that feels. Maybe that feels all right, I'm not sure. I'm good. I will add color. Right now, I'm just trying to solve the value, like the questions I have of value. Then it's pretty quick, pretty easy from there to swap out. Color. Okay. Oh wow, we are real short on time. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just let's merge this all down. I like where it's heading. Let's save it. Let's commit it. Let's play some Delver, and then we can end on some questions. Clear. Get status. It should just be this one file. So get add dot get commit. Add a message. A more unique armor sprite work. Get push. Ooh, chat is working also. Nice. Get push. Looks like proximity spikes trigger via movement. Nice. That's cool. That's a nice little touch. Oh yeah, let's play some Delver, and feel free to ask questions during this last little bit of the stream. All right. Again, yeah, I think this is a fresh run. I think I died, so let's go ahead and just give the doggo a pat, and let's head down on our next dungeon run. Hopefully, it's a good one. There we go. See you, pup. Hello. Oh, yeah. Why am I running you? Okay, that's fine. Apparently I'm running in debug mode and I hit a breakpoint. It's all good. And there's a firebomb. And I got it. Yes! Nice. I love fire bombs. They are my favorite type of bomb. The bombs are... I think they add quite a bit to Delver. Right now they make things a little bit more hectic, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. But I want to set somebody on fire. Like in a big way. I could set this whole... I think most of this room here is actually burnable, which is kind of cool. Yeah. Oh no! Oh no! Can I set it off still? There we go. Nice. There we go. Yeah, bombs have a chance to be duds, which you know, is again a nice little wrinkle in the bomb system. I think I still have, yeah, I have one more bomb. This is just a vanilla bomb. It will behave like you would expect a bomb to behave, and let's throw it. This guy, nice, off the wall and got him. Beautiful, beautiful. But bombs don't mess around, so be careful if you find one. Agility, let's do that. That's a stat to pick when leveling up. A high chance to be duds. They have I think a 1 in 4 chance to be a dud. So I wouldn't say that's high. Here we go. Oh, I have to take this down the old-fashioned way. I'm committed to using this bomb or blowing myself up. Either way. Either way is fine. Do I have friends here? Is it a bat or the level down? Level down. Let's go. Oh, well, I got the door too. That's a plus, I suppose. Oh, so yeah, this is the new thing to test out. Yeah, so Chad said these are his change made these motion based, which is nice. So I guess the trick here is now you can't do something like this, right? You can't leave those on there because it's not moving. Which is interesting. You can set off pressure plate traps that way, but now with these, if I throw it across, will it trigger? Yeah, cool. So yeah, it does behave like you'd expect. Just a slight tweak in behavior, which is cool. What's over here? The door. It's stuck. And yeah. Okay. Agility build. What I'm going for. Those fools can stay down. Okay, I have to jump in there with them. Dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it, run! Oh! And get my strafe on. Right, dodge. Okay. Another one up here. Yikes! Yeah, they can be pretty damaging. They have a pretty wide, nice range. Oh, which one do I want? This is 5 armor, -2 speed, +4 attack. That is 3 armor and 6 magic. Let's stick with this one. Yeah, you're just not as good. Sorry. Cool. Sweet pants. Get rid of those because they're no good. All right. I'll play to the next level down, and then I will get out of here because I got stuff to do. That was a trap I just walked on, but luckily I didn't set it off. Okay. Oh, is there? Oh, it looks like there's a minimum speed threshold for this. So that is a nice thing about the joystick is I can creep over it. Oh, very advanced. Nice. Yeah, we might need to. I might need to revisit the logic on the enchanted stuff. I know that the math on the unique stuff was not quite correct, so maybe there's a similar mistake on the enchanted. I don't know. It does feel a little high. Whoop. There we go. There's a normal sword. Let's go this way. There we are. Can I doom jump it? Oh, I'm too slow now. I think this. Yeah, I'm wearing too much armor for my speed, so I'm just. I am a slowpoke now. Let's keep going this way. I think, hopefully I'm getting close to an exit. We'll see. I may get rid of the armor just so I can move faster. I tend to prefer speed over defense. Yeah, let's take a point in defense and then let's not die to her. Let's go in here and let's just take off all the old armor. Don't need any protection. Okay. I have a good feeling this is the exit. Nice. All right. Okay. Cool. So let me do this. Hey, everybody. I am Joshua. This has been my Delver lunch break weekdaily stream. So yeah, so I'm the art person for the video game Delver. You can find it at delvergame.com. We are on Steam Early Access. We are trying to get this thing finished up. This is my efforts in like doing like a weekdaily stream, talking about where we're at. I do a longer stream on Sundays, so usually it's a couple hours, and I do a little bit more in-depth like commit history and talk about that. You can follow me here on Twitch at Joshua Skelly. You can follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly. Pretty much wherever I'm at, that's what I use. I am an affiliate somehow, so if you want to subscribe to me, that would be rad. I consider it like a tip jar. You know, I don't make a lot of money off of this. I was considering, I have almost made enough money off of Twitch to afford a PO box if you folks want to mail me stuff. I don't know if that's a good idea or a bad idea. I'm just trying to think of ways I can put the money from the stream back into the stream. But yeah, thanks to my 9 lovely and supportive subscribers. In no particular order, they are Codrake, Glass Casket TV, Dr. Kegel, Smith, A Literal Train, Nixrod, Fifth Elephant, Neil Slichter, and Louis Carl Actual. Thank you folks so much for supporting me and the weird stuff that I do. Hey Simon, you're getting here right at the end. Oh no! But yeah, I think that's it. I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Thursday. Yeah, I don't foresee any reason why I wouldn't be back. So I'll be back tomorrow with more Delver stuff. Until then, folks, thank you for hanging out. You're rad, and I will see you tomorrow.